Hello and welcome to Germantown Municipal Television's special coverage of Election 2022. My name is Hannah Moore and I am a student at Houston High School. I'm excited to bring you interviews of Germantown Alderman candidates. Joining me now is Alderman Position 1 Incumbent Scott Sanders. Mr. Sanders is going to give us some insight into his future plans as Alderman for the city of Germantown. He has resided in Germantown for the past 23 years and recently retired from the United States Marshal Service, where he served for 32 years. During his recent term as Alderman Position 1, Mr. Sanders served on many city boards and commissions. He is a member of Germantown Church of Christ, a graduate of Leadership Germantown Class of 2005, and a member of Leadership Germantown Alumni Association. Welcome, Mr. Sanders. We would love to have you here.
Thank you, Hannah.
I'd love if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and why are you running for Alderman?
Sure. Again, my name is Scott Sanders. I'm a 59-year-old resident of Germantown for the last 23 years, married to my wife Brenda for 23 years, and we have 4 children that are products of the Germantown schools. And we just love Germantown, the neighborhood we live in. We've got great neighbors, and it's just a hidden jewel in the Mid-South.
Thank you so much. So, if elected, what do you hope to accomplish in your 4 years as Alderman?
I'd like to build upon some of the things I've done in my first term. I'm trying to focus the last few years on securing funding in our city budget to pave more miles of our city streets. We have 220 miles of streets, and if we only do 10 miles a year, it's 22 years before your street gets paved. So I'd like to see us get back to paving more miles of our streets, continue to fully fund our public safety and our public schools, fix some of our aging infrastructure and our drainage ditches, and make sure we continue to improve upon our water and utilities and sewer, and also address our seniors' needs. I think that's an area we've lacked for some time now.
Thank you. So, during the city's last budget cycle, the 4 focus areas were public safety, public schools, parks, and public infrastructure. If elected, how do you intend to maintain the level of service in these areas and/or increase support?
That's a good question, Hannah. You're exactly right. Those were the main focus areas. Public safety and public schools drive our economy here in Germantown. So it's very important for us to make sure we have excellent schools for our children to learn and keep our public safety top notch, preventing crime, making sure that we have great first responders. Those are very important. Our parks are important. You'll see in the last 18 months there's been a lot of talk about a premier sports park, but also I'm focusing on our legacy parks. There's 29 parks within a half a mile of every residence. We've been investing in those by way of some AstroTurf or synthetic turf on the infields at Cameron Brown Park. We've replaced a lot of the fencing around the ball fields, roofs on the dugouts, replaced the fishing pier. We have new playground equipment in Farmington Park, Germantown Station, and there's almost $1 million getting ready to be reinvested in Riverdale Park. So those are important, and we've been able to do all that, provide these premium services to our residents, and also keeping our property tax low at the same time.
Awesome. So what do you feel the city is doing well, and in what areas do you feel there's room for improvement?
Well, as I said, public safety is of #1 importance. We have kept our equipment fresh, our technology fresh. Our fire department maintains an ISO 1 rating, which helps our residents' insurance premiums to stay low. Our response times are phenomenal. The police can get to your house when you call within about 3 minutes, and the fire department and EMS in under 5. So that's one thing we're doing really great. We've been working here lately, the residents, I hope they've noticed, that we have been working on our communication with our residents. We've got many means of communication. We work with our water bill information, the Germantown magazine, a weekly email that comes from the city. You can sign up for e-notifications. That's an area that we've been trying to improve upon. I think we're doing well there, but we still have a ways to go. Not all our residents are computer savvy and get their information the same way. So we're looking at every avenue that we can to try to communicate all the good things that are going on in Germantown to our residents.
Okay, thank you so much. What issues does Germantown face that most concerns you and the residents you have spoken to thus far?
The last several months I've been, as I'm campaigning for re-election, knocking doors and talking to residents. Two things have come up consistently, it seems like. Of late, there were several incidents involving violent crime around the region in Shelby County. So that's come to the forefront in people's minds. They want to make sure that we're looking at the increase that we might see in crime in Germantown, and we are addressing that by we've installed flock cameras at the borders of our city that help locate wanted persons, stolen vehicles, identify suspects in crimes. And the other thing, most all aldermen probably receive emails or phone calls about potholes in our streets, things like that. But we're doing very well in those areas, but it does seem to come to the forefront of the residents.
Thank you. And wrapping it up here, would you like us to know anything else?
Well, I do think I have a couple of things that I'd like the residents to know. I've been a public servant all my life. I've really enjoyed the work I do as an alderman. I spend several hours a day doing something for the city and for the residents. I enjoy engaging with the residents, helping them navigate City Hall, fix problems that they might have, whether it be a street light out, a pothole, or just some log jam that they've run into at City Hall. I'm happy to do that. I've got a servant's heart. I love Germantown. I want to continue to move us forward in everything we do in the city. The city has a motto, excellence every day, and I believe we're meeting that goal. We do provide excellence every day. We've got tremendous customer service at City Hall. All our departments, we've got great employees that work here that have the best interest of our residents at heart every day, even though many of our employees don't even live in Germantown. But they love working here, they love helping the people and seeing us move forward. So I believe if the residents will vote for me on November 8th, I'll continue to move the city forward and make it a community of choice, and I would appreciate their vote.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanders.
Thank you.
That is all we have for this interview. I would like to thank my guest, Incumbent Scott Sanders, who is running for Germantown Alderman Position 1. If you would like to watch more of our election coverage, please follow us on our YouTube channel, as well as Comcast Channel 17 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99. We will be back with more interviews from Germantown Aldermen.